Hello and welcome to another Cabot Panther basketball game. Today the Panthers will be taking on the Central Tigers.
And this is a very highly anticipated matchup for both teams. Panthers have done very well this season. As we know, Central has Honor Boateng, who's a projected NBA player in the future. He's #1 in the state of Arkansas, according to various websites. #2 according to ESPN.
I'm incredibly excited to see how this game plays out as Brandon Bennett will take the first shot. It'll be off the mark.
Very good look for Brandon Bennett right there. Great open look on the first possession for the Panthers.
Central answering back with a shot of their own. They'll be on the board first, making it 3-0.
And what
Jared
a shot.
Coleman with the ball now. He'll drive, he'll go up, and it'll be blocked by Washington.
Just great defense from Little Rock Central.
Gavin Muse with the rebound after the miss.
Man, that student section got loud after that miss from Boateng.
Austin King with the ball now, passing it around. That's poked away. Central bringing the ball up the court, passing it out to Smith. Smith will take an open three and will miss it. Boateng will miss it again, but get used to hearing his name more and more tonight. Jermaine Christopher with the ball now. Over to Muse, trying to get something going. He'll pass it down to Coleman. Pass it back out. Gavin Muse driving and getting a tough lay. They'll call a charge, though. Panther fans are not very happy with that call.
And then a very strong attack right there from Gavin Muse. Able to make the layup. Unfortunately, the defender was set up right there under the rim.
It'll be Moore with the ball now for Central. Pass it down to Boateng. Snyder passing the ball around. Be poked away, but Washington had the ball. It'll be Panther ball now. Jermaine Christopher bringing the ball up the court.
Strong defense from the Panthers right there. And we see Gavin Muse playing deny the ball from Boateng.
And that pass will get away from Jarrett Coleman by Brandon Bennett.
And Bennett had the right idea right there. Get the ball down low to Jarrett Coleman and let him go to work in the post. Very strong player on the offensive side of the basketball is Jarrett Coleman.
Central trying to get something going. Boateng will body Gavin Muse. They'll call it a foul on Muse, though, and Boateng will go to the line.
It's Muse with the right idea to get set up right there. A little shaken up, but a really strong finish from Boateng at the rim.
I think I saw his head hit the floor before his legs did. He went flying. There's a lot of boos coming from the crowd tonight.
Braden Hall to check into the game for Gavin Muse.
Central leads the Panthers 6-2 now as Jermaine Christopher takes the ball up the court. Brandon Bennett with another three. It'll be off the mark once again.
High quality shot right there from Brandon Bennett. Unfortunately couldn't get it to fall.
Tipped away from Austin King. And Braden Hall will have the heads-up play to box out and let it go out of bounds.
Man, we saw #4 for Little Rock Central skying up there for those boards. He was able to tip it around a couple times, excuse me.
King with the ball now. Trying to get something going for this offense. Braden Hall looked like he wanted a three, but lost it.
Panthers still without a bucket here.
Central with the rebound now. Taking the ball out of the court. Passing it around, trying to get something, or keep this going for the Central. Jermaine Christopher taking the ball up the court, trying to get the first points on the board is Christopher, and he will with a very crafty finish, making it 2-6 Central.
Great bucket right there for Jermaine Christopher.
Boateng with the ball now. Tripped up by King, and he'll finish with a tough layup, and he'll get a foul call as well. Be a chance for a three-point opportunity for Boateng.
We see Boateng making an impact quite early in this game, using his strong physical frame to get these and ones. This is his second chance at the line for three-point play.
And Central's whole personnel changing other than Boateng.
We see Chris Leaks and Grant Goddard coming to the game for the Panthers.
Christopher with the ball now. He'll drive and try and get another crafty layup. It'll go over to Leaks, and Leaks will go up and he'll get his, making it 8-4 Central.
Leaks making an impact early after coming in the game. He wound up with a rebound on the last possession and then a bucket on the other end.
And that's poked away by the Panthers defense. Jermaine Christopher will go in and get it out to Hall. Hall will drive as well to go up with his own layup, and he'll miss that one. Boateng with the rebound, taking the ball up the court, trying to speed things up for Central. He'll pull up from the free throw line, and he'll be off the mark. Braden Hall with a tough rebound, passing it over to Chris Leaks.
What a save right there from Braden Hall, not letting the missed layup on the possession before affect him.
Goddard with the ball now. Over to Christopher. Christopher will drive, pass it out, but it's tipped away. Boateng with the ball now. Braden Hall and Boateng driving. He'll be fouled by Hall.
Really smart foul right there by Braden Hall. Obviously, we don't like to see Boateng at the line once more, as the Panther fans really thought that call should have been on the floor. But the refs will give him continuation.
And they'll give a tech to a Panther coach. I'm not sure exactly which one it was. I saw Coach Bailey and one of the referees bickering over there. It's not the same referee that gave 3 techs out last game. But another coach with a tech tonight. That'll make the 4th.
So refs discussing that call right there. So it won't be Coach Bailey receiving the tech. But another coach on that Panther bench. Boateng still had one more free throw to go.
And the student section doing everything they can to distract Boateng. But he's showing why he is a top 2 player in Arkansas, a top 50 in the nation. And he'll sink 3 in a row, making it 7 for him tonight and 10 and 4 for Central. Go at the line for another.
Boateng, very elite level player here. And man, this Panther student section is getting loud. I believe that might have helped him right there as he knocked those free throws down, and somehow he winds up with 2 more.
Not sure why he's still at the line, but if he's still at the line, he's still going to be sinking them. And as I say that, he'll miss one. Giving thumbs up to his teammates. He showed out at the line. That'll be Kayvon Smith taking the ball out. Give it to Boateng. Passing around is Central, trying to move quick, cause some panic for the Panther side of the ball. Smith driving, will get it out to Woods, Woods to Boateng. Boateng met by Goddard at the three-point line. It'll be off the mark, rebounded by the Panthers. Impressive defense from the Panthers so far. Brayton on with a crafty move, will try and go up, and he won't get the foul call he wanted, but Chris Leaks with a dominating rebound. He'll put it back up, giving the Cabot 2.
Chris Leaks with another offensive rebound and put back, as there will be a travel called on Little Rock Central. That was Kayvon Smith.
Austin King to take the ball out for the Panthers. And you like to see this from the Central boys game too, pressing at half court. Very aggressive coaching by the Tigers. Panthers moving the ball around. All with the ball again, he'll give it to Christopher. Passing again, King will drive a mid-range jumper, he'll be off the mark. But Chris Leaks poking out from three defenders, showing why he is the biggest man out there. And Austin King deep from Wow. 11-9 Central now. Austin King with his first of hopefully many threes of the night. And the student section is getting crazy. Boateng answering back with a three of his own and silencing them just as fast as they got loud.
Man, King likes to take those deep threes, but that one, about a yard behind the line, nowhere near the line. That's deep on an NBA court. King will force the reach in right there, attacking his defender.
And that'll be a foul on Culberson. Austin King taking the ball out. Central again changing their personnel.
There's another player to watch for this Central team is Luke Moore, the sophomore, who hit the three earlier in the game, a very skilled prospect. Do you like what you see if you're a Tiger fan, especially this season?
Trying to get another crafty layup, but Chris Leaks with another tough finish, and it'll be an and one play, a three-point opportunity. He is showing out tonight with a tough layup and tough rebound and putback. Wow.
Man, we talked to Chris Leaks right before this game, in the halftime of the girls' game, and he seemed very excited because that free throw did not go. But, man, he seemed very excited for this game, very ready. If there's a foul called somewhere after the Tigers' rebound.
That'll be on Hall. They'll call a rebound on Braden. The rest very touchy with their calls tonight. Big Goberson with the ball now. He'll drive, try and get a layup, and he's blocked. It'll be Braden Hall with the ball now with 10 seconds left to play in the period. He'll look for the last shot. We're going to pass it around, give it to King. King will pull up from two. It'll be off the mark. And once you see King start shooting, you get a little bit scared if you're a Tiger, because he makes those kind of shots. He's a very impressive shooter, as he has been all year.
Man, what a first quarter. As we saw highlight after highlight, big play after big play for both sides of the ball. Boateng definitely the leading scorer for the Central Tigers. And we saw some very strong plays, a beautiful layup from Jermaine Christopher, and a deep, deep, deep three from Austin King.
Austin King just showing what he can do and showing why he's dangerous to these Tigers. And the Cabot Panthers, they're showing that they're not going to be hard to beat, or they are going to be hard to beat in this game. It's not going to be easy for five-star Boateng.
Is this the first time the Central Tigers come out on the floor without Boateng? We will see if the production of points continues. And really, the Panthers played good defense, only allowing 14 points in that quarter. Still down by 3, however. But man, what a performance that first quarter from Chris Leaks. I believe he had 3 putbacks in the span of about 5 minutes.
Central passing it around again. Culberson driving now, passing it out, and a 3 contested by Braden Bennett, and it'll be in for the Tigers. Jermaine Christopher taking the ball up the court now.
Like I said, Luke Moore, a player to watch out for, as he's shooting 45% from 3 on the season. He's a bit of an Austin King type player for the Central Tigers, excuse me, as the pass goes sailing out of bounds from Grant Goddard.
Unfortunate for the Panthers, who's going to need every point they can get now, down by 6 so far in the second period. Central passing the ball around. Snyder taking a deep 3, and he'll get it. Goddard taking the ball off the court now.
What a shot right there from Snyder. Deep 3-point range.
And Austin King just not able to hold onto the ball. Had an open look down low and just can't get the ball.
That was a perfect find from Jermaine Christopher. Pass put on a platter for Austin King. Unfortunately, he must have had butterfingers right there. The ball just slips out of his hand.
Culberson driving now. Out to Smith. Smith will be off the mark. Unlike his teammates, Jermaine Christopher will be taking the ball to the court now. Panther fans want a foul. They won't get it. Down to Christopher Leaks. Just showing that he is the biggest man on the court right now. Culberson with the ball now.
Chris Leaks, another strong finish down low, even with the height disadvantage. The other center definitely does not have that football background in him. Chris Leaks, a very, very talented defensive lineman, multi-sport athlete. You gotta love to see what you're looking at from Chris Leaks.
They will call a foul in favor of Savon Smith, as he'll go to the line to add to this Central lead of 7.
Smith, about the only starter that has been really quiet so far in this game. We see Coleman about to check into the game for the Panthers, and Boateng coming back in for the Tigers.
That first shot will be off the mark. We'll get one more. As Boateng, the 5-star, back in the game. I wonder if your game plan changes as a Panther coach.
Boateng, definitely their main scorer, their main player all around. So he has 11 already, had 11 in that first quarter. On pace for a 44-point game. Panthers really need to limit his opportunities.
Tremaine driving and won't get the layup this time. Rebounded by Boateng. Boateng with the ball now, met by Goddard, passing it around. And Savon Smith with another foul drawn. He'll go to the line once again, hoping to capitalize a little bit more than he did before, shooting 1 of 1 last time.
And we didn't see much of Smith till that last possession, really. The first one will not go in. Trip Dyer to check in for Jared Coleman.
The Tigers are looking to add to a 7-game win streak right now. They're 17-3. Panthers trying to stop that from happening. It'll be Savon Smith looking for a second, and it won't go. Shooting 1 for 4 at the line.
Definitely not ideal. Had those free opportunities and just not able to convert.
looking around. Culberson won't be able to do it. Snyder stolen, and Brandon Bennett with a block.
Brandon Bennett decided not to go up and contest, instead steal it while the ball was low. Very smart play. Great defensive player is Brandon Bennett.
That'll be a foul on Goddard in favor of Boateng. And he'll be going to the line. Excuse me, no, that'll be on the floor. Nope. Okay, the referees decided to change their mind once again. Be a one-of-one opportunity.
The first one of the two will fall. Very confusing play. The refs do not seem to be on the same page. Some signaling 2, some signaling 1 and 1. Boateng will have one more at the line.
Second one is up, and it is good for Boateng. Boateng with 13 points on the night so far. And if you're Coach Bailey, what are you thinking that you can do to stop this 5-star player?
I think deny, deny, deny. Have people on him at all times. Maybe run a zone to help deny him the ball. King pulls up. The hand in his face, couldn't get the shot to fall. It was online though.
Snyder getting shifty around half court and down low. He'll go up and he'll be fouled. Austin King looking to help him up. There seems to be a little bit of bad blood there after that one.
Man, it looked like his face was about a millimeter from hitting the floor right there. As we saw that neck cock back, I thought he was going to slam his head on the ground. Which is definitely not what we want to see.
Snyder adding to this lead, making it 11 as Chris Leaks and Jermaine Christopher come in for Trip Dyer and Brandon Bennett.
Chris Washington checks in for the Central Tigers.
The second one will be good. It'll be Panther ball. Jermaine Christopher bringing the ball up the court now.
It was a fairly close game, but the Tigers are looking like they're running away with this one. 12-point lead for them.
Evan Muse driving and completely denied by Chris Washington. Incredible defense by Washington there.
What a block right there from Chris, clearly with the height advantage over Gavin Muse.
Evan Muse with the open three. Will be off the mark, but rebounded by Chris Leaks. They'll call that a foul.
Chris Leaks now going to the line on the putback attempt. Very impressive play continuing for Chris Leaks.
Trying to cut this lead down to only 10. He won't be able to do it. Now he's looking at cutting it down to 11.
Chris hasn't been able to convert at the line yet, however. He will get one more chance right here.
That one will go, giving him his 9th point on the night and Cabot's 14th. And Moore passing into Boateng. Smith passing it around as the Tigers. Moore step back and it'll be off the mark. They'll call a foul on Snyder. It'll be going Panthers' way.
Snyder frustrated. There's been 2 quick fouls called on him on both ends of the floor.
Snyder has been taken out for Culberson.
Cabot looking to score quickly.
Christopher with a Euro, trying to put it up with his left. He won't get it. Culberson driving. He'll slow things down. Pass it to Moore. Moore will take the 3, and he won't get it. Chris Leaks with another rebound. Just throwing people around. Jermaine Christopher with the ball now. Driving again. They don't give it to Chris Leaks. Why not? He'll be off the mark.
Great pump fake from Chris Leaks. Got the defender to jump, and that's about the only way you're going to get a shot over Christopher Washington. And unfortunately, couldn't get it to fall.
That'll be off the mark from Boating. Smart play by Brandon Bennett, just letting it go out of bounds, slowing things down.
The Panthers keep allowing these good looks on the perimeter for Boateng. Appears we're just getting lucky, however.
Panthers moving the ball around, trying to get a little bit of a momentum going their way. Hughes driving, spinning, and up, and it's good. Making that 16th point for Cabot, cutting the lead down to only 9. That'll be Culberson with a spinning shot. He won't get it. That'll be a foul call.
Over the back on Washington right there. Thought he could just reach over Chris Leaks. Not happy with the call. Very confusing. See, it was all over Chris Leaks. What I'm just now noticing is it's a battle of the Christophers down low tonight.
Jermaine driving out to Bennett. Bennett will take another 3. It'll also be off the mark. It'll be white ball. Central bench trying to get a foul call on Chris Leaks off of that push referees didn't see.
Chris Leaks, a very physical player, using that to his advantage, especially down low and off the ball.
Jermaine driving, passing it around, back to King. King will take the 3, and a contested 3. He'll drain, making it his second 3 on the night, 6th point, and cutting down on this Central lead.
Austin King with another 3 from deep. That one not quite as deep as the one before. And strong defense from Jermaine Christopher on the other end.
And that'll be a foul on Culberson. One of them. Trip Dyer coming in for Chris Leaks. Referees conferring.
Seemed like a bit of retaliation right there after a very strong steal by Jermaine.
Gavin Snyder checking back in the game for Central. And this stadium has been getting loud with the bit of momentum the Panthers have. This is a big game for both teams. And it's poked out by the newly found Snyder again. Muse with the ball now. Muse driving out to Christopher. Christopher out to King. King with another 3. It'll be off the mark, rebounded by Central.
And it's King. My goodness, that one was the deepest one. Still looked.
Boating driving, and they'll call that a blocking foul on Austin King. Unfortunate he couldn't get his feet set. Panthers fans not happy with that call. Boating will go to the line once again. Man, is it just me, or has he been living at the line tonight?
And in my opinion right there, obviously my opinion doesn't matter much with the flow of the game. But even though Austin King didn't have his feet set, you still can't lower the shoulder into the defender. As it was clear, Boateng used everything he had to knock Austin King off his feet.
It didn't look like much of a flop either. Big Boateng running at you, it's hard not to fall.
I mean, a 6'5" to 6'6", 200-pound build of Boateng. Not small at all. Not somebody you want running straight at you, giving you some body.
Owen Swanson in the game now for the Panthers. Jermaine Christopher with the ball.
You also see Trip Dyer and Grant Goddard come into the game.
Moving around, down on his knees. They'll call that one a timeout by Coach Bailey.
Heads up play right there by Coach Bailey. Knew there was nowhere to go with the ball for Grant Goddard as he was on the floor. Just looking for somewhere, somehow. Great call by Coach Bailey.
And Colton, what do you think Coach Bailey is telling his team right now, down by 8 to a very tough Central team. What do you do in this situation?
Now, where we've been hurt the most is Boateng at the line. Boateng hasn't been able to knock down very many shots, especially not around the perimeter. I think he's talking to, because our offense have started playing very well, but I believe that his point of emphasis is keep Boateng on that perimeter and do not foul.
Christopher with the ball now, giving it to Goddard, trying to pass it around as this Panthers offense get a little bit more momentum. Over to Goddard. Goddard to Jermaine again, and he won't be able to hang on to it. It'll be Central ball.
Second time we've seen Butterfingers from this Cabot Panther team. The earlier one was from Austin King. That one right there, Jermaine Christopher just couldn't hold on to the ball right there.
Bit more met by Bennett. Over to Smith. Smith trying to make something happen, giving it back to Moore, who slowed things down. Woods with the ball now. Over to Snyder. Down low to Boateng. Boateng with a nice mid-range jumper. Be Panther ball now. Jermaine Christopher taking up the court.
And Goddard doing all he could do right there just to keep Boateng in front of him.
Dyer with the ball now. Trying to pass things around. Over to Swanson. Swanson will drive. Will put up a mid-range. It'll be blocked. Be white ball off of Smith. 9.3 left to play.
And unfortunately, a good pump fake from Swanson, but just a humongous size advantage from Boateng, able to get that block. Luckily, Panthers able to come away with the ball right there.
Jermaine trying to get a mid-range shot off, and he will with the buzzer beater to get some points going into half, knocking down the Central lead to 8.
Man, what a shot right there as the clock was winding down from Jermaine Christopher. Very heads-up play.
And what a first half.
January is Arkansas School Board Recognition Month. This month-long observance is an excellent opportunity for the Cabot School District and community to build a stronger understanding of the crucial roles school boards play. Board members are elected volunteers who give countless hours of their time to ensure the success of our students. Please join us in recognizing our 7 outstanding school board members. Sarah Owen, President. Corey Williams, Vice President. Kevin Tipton, Secretary. Pam Clem. Dr. James Herzog. Marvin Jones. And Joe Trustee. We are grateful for our Cabot School Board members for their leadership, love for our students and staff, and dedication. Thank you for your service and hard work to ensure the Cabot School District is the best district in the state.
just a reminder, concession stand is open running if you'd like to visit for refreshing breakfast snack. So they're on the second floor, the overtime floors. The stand will run open during halftime and this third period of play.
Hello and welcome back to the second half of Panther basketball. Cabot cut down their deficit by 2 points. It'll be a 6-point decimate for the Panthers now.
Man, a strong layup right there from Jermaine Christopher to open up this half. Beautiful reverse.
Moore trying to make something happen, spinning, giving it to Snyder. Snyder will drive and pass it down low, and a commanding dunk by Washington to start off this second period.
And as it looked like he barely had to leave his feet for that, a long, lanky Washington right there. Very, very strong player. Slim frame, but there's some more good defense from Washington on Jarrett Coleman.
Snyder with the ball now. He'll go up and he'll be fouled. He'll go to the line for a 2-point opportunity to add to this central lead. Try and put it into double digits. First one will go up and it'll go out. We'll look for a second one here.
And then just going back to that dunk from Washington, not very often you see dunks in high school games. Luckily, as a Panther fan, we've got to see Jermaine elevate along with Gavin Muse. But wow, he barely had to leave his feet. A very tall player in Washington for the Tigers.
As Snyder will get that second free throw. Panthers passing it around, trying to gain some momentum. Jermaine running this offense. He'll drive and get a shifty finish, but he won't get it. Rebounded by Smith. Taking her up the ball now over to Boating. Boating will take it mid-range and he'll get it. Jermaine Christopher taking the ball up for the Panthers. Again, looking for some momentum. He'll pass it out to Muse. Muse with a three, and he'll get that one, making it 26-34 Central.
Clutch shot right there from Muse to stop that run coming out of this coming into the second half for the Tigers.
Snyder working around Washington. Washington trying to get another dunk, but he's fouled. He fouls, lands bad on the court. Referees and players alike running towards him to make sure he's all right. Thankfully, he's up walking, and he'll go to the line.
Very scary fall right there from Washington. It really appeared that he got rim stuffed as he was attempting to dunk that ball. He will go to the line for two, however.
First one is good as Chris Leaks will come in for Jarrett Coleman, who has been influential for the Cabot Panther offense and offensive rebounds and defensive rebounds alike. Washington with his second, and it'll be off the mark, rebounded by Austin King. Panthers bringing the ball up the court now. Over to Bennett. Bennett to Muse, passing the ball around. King trying to make something happen. Muse over to Jermaine, who'll swing it back to Bennett. Leaks with the ball now. He'll drive, and he'll be fouled. Panther fans finally happy to see a foul call go their way as Chris Leaks will go to the line.
A really good call right there. As Washington just had too much hands on Chris Leaks right there. So he will go to the line for two.
Chris Leaks first will be off the mark as he's not been able to finish from the line today.
And if Chris Leaks had been converting at the line, it'd be a lot closer of a game. Still in single digits though.
The second one, however, will be good. They're making it 27-35 Central's way. Down by 8 is the Panthers defense as Smith drives and he'll get a shifty layup. He won't get it. Jermaine Christopher with the ball now.
Really just seemed out of control on that layup as he definitely elevated high enough to dunk that ball. As the pass goes out of bounds from Austin King as he check out of the game for Grant Goddard.
Snyder taking the ball up the court, trying to speed things up. Snyder out to Moore. Moore trying to make anything happen. He'll give it to Boating. Boating back to Moore. Moore will drive. Try and give it to Boating. Poked away by Bennett and stolen by Goddard. Jermaine Christopher with the ball now. He'll give it to Muse. Muse will drive. He'll go for a layup, and he's fouled. That'll be called a blocking foul on Central.
Very questionable right there. It seemed like, Gavin Muse went straight into the body of the Central defender. Cabot Panther fans very happy to see that call go Gavin's way as he will go to the line for two.
First one will dribble around, and it'll go in for Gavin Muse.
That's what you call a shooter's touch right there. Gavin Muse, that ball stayed on the rim for a while.
Gavin Muse making it interesting for these Panther fans. He'll go for a second, and it'll be off the mark. Rebounded by Chris Leaks once again, and it'll be off the side of the backboard. We'll go up again, and it'll be off the backboard. Rebounded by Boating and poked away by Goddard. It'll be Central ball.
Two opportunities by Leaks right there. He's been very talented, or very strong. Showed some great plays this game. Unfortunately, couldn't get either to fall. A little selfish down low.
Passing it around now is Central. Boating poked away by Bennett for the second time. Jermaine Christopher one-on-one with Snyder. He'll try to get it to Bennett, but it's stolen by Culberson. Culberson trying to speed things up. He'll pass it down low to Smith, who is blocked and fouled by Chris Leaks, who helps him up. Amazing series by both teams, as Savon Smith will go to the line.
It's Christopher. Well, can't use that name very much. There's so many Christophers on the floor. Jermaine Christopher to specify. Really thought that him and Bennett were the only ones running on the fast break. Unfortunately, the Central defender able to come through and steal that ball.
Savon Smith with his second, and it'll go.
Braden Hall now checks into the game for Brandon Bennett.
Jermaine Christopher with the ball now, taking it up for the Panthers. Trying to pass it down low to Chris Leaks. It's stolen. Boating with the ball now, giving it to Snyder in the corner. Corner three will be off the mark. Rebounded by Muse. Jermaine Christopher with the ball now. He'll drive and blocked by Boating. Fighting for it was Hall, and they'll call it Central ball. A lot of boos from the Panthers side of the stadium. Central with the ball now, and they'll call it travel on Boating.
And way after the whistle, Boating shot was able to fall. Man, everything seems to be going in for him right now.
Throwing it up to Chris Leaks and Jermaine Christopher. And they'll call a foul on Chris. It'll be Central ball. Savon Smith taking the ball out of the court, giving it to Snyder.
Just a frustration foul from Chris Leaks right there after the turnover.
Boating with the ball now. The fadeaway, and it's good over Chris Leaks' head. Very impressive shot by Boating. Showing out and showing why he is the #1 player in Arkansas. Be Gavin Muse with the ball now. Over to Hall. To Jermaine in the corner trying to pass it around. Muse driving, passing it down low to Chris Leaks, who'll miss another layup. Unfortunate if you're a Panther fan. And blocked by Muse. Stuffed with Savon Smith, rebounded by Boating.
And a strong block by Muse, but no one there to box out Boateng. So he was able to get the quick putback.
Braden Hall with a 3 over Boating. Will be off the mark. Rebounded by Savon Smith. Snyder passing it down to Boating and stolen by Goddard.
Trip Dyer checks in the game now for Chris Leaks. So it will be Tigers ball.
Tigers passing it around. Snyder with the ball now, trying to make something happen. Spinning and driving. They'll call a foul on the floor. Davon Smith will come into the game.
That will be Braden Hall's 3rd foul in this game.
Snyder will knock down his 3-point opportunity. Jermaine Christopher bringing the ball up the court now. Down low is a pass from Muse and the layup from Goddard. Impressive connection, making it 30-44 Central's way.
Good feed from Muse right there. Grant Goddard down low. Coach Bailey still clearly unhappy with his Panthers' performance right now, down by 14. Boateng single-handedly taking care of this game for Central, excuse me.
And this game sure has been a battle. Central running away with it a little bit recently. Hopefully your Panthers can get back into this game. Down by 14. They've got to start hitting their open looks down low.
I mean, really, even if you did take away all of Boateng's points, if he hadn't played this game, Central would still be up by 1. It hasn't all been him. Panthers just haven't been able to hit their shots, and there's a 3 right there.
It's a 3 from Snyder, showing that Boateng isn't the only threat on this team. And we can't treat it as such. Muse with the ball now. Goddard passing it around. Trying to get something going before the period ends. Goddard up and over. That's a 3-point opportunity from Goddard. A tough layup.
Goddard able to get to the line here, as he does so often. Just a really strong finish. Little hook shot layup right there.
That'll be Brandon Bennett and Austin King coming in the game. And the 3-point opportunity will be off the mark. Central's ball. Snyder with the ball now. Passing it around is the Tigers. Boating. Across court. Passing it around still is the Tigers. Snyder with another deep 3. And it'll be on the mark. Can't leave him open back there from 3 apparently.
And Snyder's had a few really nice 3s this game. I think ever since opening the second half, he's really turned it on. There's a really strong block off the backboard from Boateng.
He'll be poked away by Muse. Unfortunately, won't get it. Smith with a tough layup and rebound. He'll put it back and he'll get 2 over Austin King. With less than a second left to play, Jermaine Christopher will put up one last shot in the 3rd period. He won't get it.
A frustrating 3rd quarter for the Cabot Panthers. Central really ran away with it right there, and they now lead by 20. And a bit of a surprise from Snyder this game as he has 15, I believe all coming from threes. As he hit 3 in that last quarter.
The Central Tigers have upped their lead to 20 on the Panthers so right now, making it 52-32. If you're a Panthers fan, Panthers coach, or Panthers player, what do you think you need to get back into this game?
It's a very complex question because, as we've seen, Boateng isn't Central's only scoring option, which has made them so dominant this year. That's why you can't just double team Boateng every time. I believe the Panthers have watched that film coming into this game as they haven't sent any double teams at Boateng. And really, ever since Jermaine Christopher has been on Boateng, he hasn't been able to score.
That'll be the Central Tigers kicking off the fourth period. The Panthers looking to get a few stops in a row to get back in this game. They'll need more than that. They'll need to be scoring on those open opportunities that they've been missing on. Be Culberson with the ball now. Taking a mid-range, passing it out to Smith. Smith down to Boateng, guarded by Jermaine Christopher. Boateng will drive, and they'll call that one a charge. Been a few mischarge calls. Finally, Panther fans happy with that one.
Christopher definitely sold that one right there. And we saw the head flop back. It definitely wasn't that much contact, but well timed from Christopher to sell it.
Austin King with a deep 3. Jermaine Christopher with that selling of the charge was very impressive.
Man, we really thought that shot was going to fall from King. So here's another 3, that one from Muse.
And these are these opportunities that I was talking about, these good looks that they need to put down if they're going to make up a 20-point deficit in one period.
So he called a push right there on Grant Goddard.
Moore with the ball now, met by Muse. Smith passing it around, over to Culberson. Almost poked away by Muse. Moore out of the ball now. Central Tigers looking to waste some clock. Passing it around, Morrow drive, and they'll call a foul.
Be on the floor, just a reach right there from Grant Goddard. A little too aggressive. He saw a ball very loosely dribbled. Unfortunately, just got some arm.
And Moore will get a one-of-one opportunity here now. The first one will be on the mark. He'll look for a second.
But coming back to your question from earlier, what do we think the Panthers are going to have to do? Slow Central's tempo. I mean, I don't think there's any stopping that can happen here. As it may be a little too late here, down by 22 with 6 minutes left in this fourth quarter. But we've definitely seen the slowing down of Boateng, and Snyder checks back in. As long as we can just have quick closeouts. And there's an offensive foul called right away.
And I'll call that a travel on Bennett. Unfortunate, but the coaches on the Panthers side look pretty understanding of that one. And Bennett will hear about that one in practice. Snyder with the ball now. Passing around is the Tigers. That's a Moore. We'll get it to Snyder with an open look from 3. And Snyder with an open look from 3, he's gonna shoot it, and he's gonna make it.
He is definitely a sharpshooter for the Tigers. just been able to knock those open looks down all game long. That'll give him 18.
Jermaine trying to get a tough layup. And Boateng with a step back, he'll miss it. Get an offensive rebound, and they'll call a travel on the Tigers.
Great block down low from Gavin Muse. Knew he couldn't get around to box box the Tiger out, but was able to come away with a block, and then coming down with the ball, forced to travel.
Muse passing it around. Goddard wanted to take that look, a little bit too covered, and Jermaine Christopher will take it. It'll be off the mark. Boateng with the ball now. Passing it up, Boateng with the lob. He'll just miss it off the front of the iron. Goddard with the ball now. And that one would have been a statement piece to put this game to bed. Muse with the three. That'll be good. Making his 9th point on the night.
Great shot right there from Muse. He'd had a couple threes this game. Able to add on and shrink this deficit just a little bit.
Call that a blocking foul.
Jermaine just trying to give some body to Boateng. He will go to the line for a 1-and-1 opportunity on the bonus.
And that three from Muse hopefully is a sign of life from the Panthers. Start hacking away at this deficit. Boateng looking to add to it, and he won't. Rebounded by Goddard and poked away by Schneider. Saved by Central. Schneider with the ball again, trapped in the corner, and he'll get it out. So Washington who will miss, and rebounded by Austin King. A little bit of passion in that rebound, isn't there, Colton?
There's a lot of ferocity coming out of Austin King. He's tired of seeing these balls get tipped around and hit back to the Central players. So he came down with that one and started swinging.
Be Daniel Woods checking in for Washington. Austin King passing it around over to Hall. To Muse. Gonna make something out. Austin King from deep three. It'll be off the mark. Rebounded by Central. Boateng with the ball now. Knocked away by Goddard. He'll regain it. Snyder from three. Hesitant. He'll be off the mark. Boateng with a rebound and finish.
That's now 25 for Boateng. He's been one of the very many bright spots for that Central offense. We knew coming into this game he would be a problem all over the court, as he's a talented shooter and a very talented finisher. I think that mid-range is really where he is extremely dominant.
And Boateng will be a player to watch in the next few years. I'm excited to see what he can do outside of high school. But for now, we get to enjoy watching him here. He's had a very impressive night so far with 25, but how about Gavin Schneider with 18 of his own?
Snyder, not somebody we really expected to come out blazing this game, but man, has he turned it on. 18 in a game is not too shabby.
Definitely capitalizing off of targeting a little bit on Boateng. We Panther with the ball now. Panther fans looking for a bit of a foul, but it's stolen. Trip Dyer will foul Daniel Woods.
Trip foul out of frustration after giving up the turnover right there. How can you blame him in a game that's gone so poorly for these Panthers?
Bounced off of Trip Dyer. He'll try and save it. He won't be able to as he kicks it out of bounds.
Heads up play from the Tigers right there to throw it off the Cabot defender.
Looking for an alley-oop to Green Jr. They won't get it. Jermaine Christopher with the ball now, taking the ball at the court, trying to speed things up, get his layup of his own. He'll He won't get it, but he'll get the rebound, and he's fouled on a putback. And one opportunity here for Jermaine Christopher. Unfortunately, down by 22. It might be a little, too late. But Jermaine Christopher looking for one from the line.
Very strong finish from Jermaine.
It'll be off the mark. Woods with the rebound. Overson with the ball now. Over to Woods.
Ball tipped out of bounds on the drive by the Central player. Hall came into the game for Jermaine Christopher.
All met by a Tiger immediately. And he'll drive his own. He'll get a foul call for him. A little bit of chirping from the Tigers. It'll be a blocking foul on Daniel Woods, who was not happy with that call.
A very, very late whistle. As it's appeared, Daniel Woods was set. The Panthers able to capitalize. Braden Hall knocks down his free throw.
And taking it out of the 20s is Braden Hall. Down by 19 is the Panthers. Culberson with the three. Will be off the mark. Goddard on the fast break. Lost it a little bit there. He'll slow things down. Pass it out to Muse. Muse will drive himself and get a quick layup and a foul.
And as a Panther fan, you gotta wonder, where has this been all game long?
That'll be another and one opportunity, the third in a row on 3 drives for the Panthers.
That puts Muse as the only player in double digits for the Panthers. His free throw is no good.
And that'll be off the front of the iron. Central with the ball now. Woods, met by Dyer. Central getting another shot on the board. That'll be Culberson with a mid-range shot. Hall taking the ball up the court now. Trying to get something going for the Panthers. And he'll get a tough layup of his own, working through a Tiger. Tigers trying to add to this lead. Panthers trying to cut from their deficit. That'll be another mid-range jumper, but it'll be off the side of the rim. And with 2 minutes left to play in the fourth period, it's Central 61, Cabot 44.
Braden Hall came into this game, made a quick impact on the offensive side of the ball. He takes a three, but is blocked.
Big Green Jr. with the ball now. Taken over the court, poked away by Braden Hall. Will slow things down, and it's poked away again by Green. We trip Dyer to take the ball out for the Panthers. Over to Hall. We'll give it to Muse. Trying to make something happen again. Got it into the corner. They'll call a blocking foul on Woods.
That might have been the most obvious flop I've ever seen. He barely got touched. He acted like he got ran over by a semi-truck. Grant Goddard able to go to the line now.
Woods still chirping with the referees. There's not been very great relationships between Central and the referees tonight, as the girls coach got thrown out of the game after 3 technicals. Maybe Grant Goddard with a 1-of-1 opportunity today in this game. The first one will go. And Daniel Woods letting the student section get to him. That'll be another tech. The 5th on the night for Central. excuse me, 4th on the night for Central, 5th on the night overall.
Wow.
The student section doing their job, holding up the big old T for Daniel Woods.
And in a game like this, Cabot out of this game, it seems. Grant could make the deficit closer. Braden Hall will come up to shoot the 2 free throws. Grant's last of his second, or his second of his free throws was no good. Braden Hall can't knock down the first one.
Daniel Woods not looking happy as Braden Hall's free throw just dribbles out. 1 of 4 from the line in the past 2 opportunities was the Panthers. And this, how about this Cabot student section this late in the game, still trying to get into the Central players' heads.
Man, we haven't heard Central's coach be that loud all game as he gets to yelling.
And be poked away and slammed by Washington. A statement piece for the Central Tigers and the dagger in the hearts of the Panthers as Braden Hall will try and get a tough layup and he'll miss it. Culberson driving again. He'll take a 3 and it'll be on the mark. Just running up the scores right now late in the game against the Panthers.
Man, it appears they don't want to get their coach yelling at them, and they started turning up the tempo here late in this game.
Muse trying to do the same and answer back, and he will get the putback after the tough layup that he missed. Culberson taking the ball up slow now. The first time in a few drives. Over to Washington, who has had 2 statement pieces dunks of this game.
And the Central will just dribble the clock out here, it appears.
Washington holding the ball, giving it to Culberson in the last seconds. The Cabot Panthers will lose to the Central Tigers 66-47. Great game of basketball tonight. It's been very impressive from both sides. Unfortunately, the Panthers let it go near the end. I've been your play-by-play commentator, Carson Cook, and sitting next to me is your color commentator,
Colton Hennessy. Y'all have a good night.